Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Hey, Coach, you know I do a lot of podcasts. I forgot I was doing one with Greg the other day on leadership. I forgot to hit record.
You
It's
do
the
not.
first time, no lie, in like probably 3 or 4 years that I've recorded a podcast. And I forgot to hit record. I felt so
So you
bad.
have to do it all over.
You had to do
Maybe
it
the
over
second
again.
time, the second take was better, probably.
And it really wasn't. The first one was really
Yeah,
good.
I
But
know that always
anyway, it
happens, right? Because
happens.
you try to think, yeah.
Greg, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I have
Sorry,
not
Greg.
done that, but it's like, we,
I heard the record go off, and I can see it, so we're
yeah, I got it.
recording.
I usually check, and I didn't check, and it was like anyway. But all right, so I'm all wired. Coach can vouch for this. Before we came on, I'm all wired for the topic because you all know what the topic is. But before we don't jump into that, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, and then where we're gonna what they should be looking for, Coach, right? Because this is a
Yeah,
perfect time to do practice planning.
yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, coaches, get geared up for your season. Go check out gc.com/coaching youth hoops. It's an app that I use religiously to record game stats, manage the team. If a parent can't make it to the game, they can see it live. But if you're looking for any sort of feedback on how your team is performing, it's a great app to do that. Doesn't take a lot of input from parents. You can actually just use the AI as well, set up the camera, and it'll do the work for you. Again, gc.com/coaching youth
It's
hoops.
great for grandma who lives in
It's
Wyoming
great
and
for,
lives a
yes,
long ways away.
absolutely.
Unless you're a Wyoming listener, love to come to Wyoming sometime. Alaska.
Yeah,
If we
it's
have any
been a
coaches in
long time.
Alaska, you want me to come run a clinic? I'll come to Alaska or Hawaii or Washington State. They're the
I had one a couple years ago. They wanted me to come up, and I did coaching high school, right? So I
we're gonna
couldn't
do it,
get there.
coach.
It was
You and
unfortunate.
I.
So I'd like to go to in the summer. I'd like to go
Oh,
to
we're gonna do some, yes. Australia in the winter.
Australia. We got a big Australia.
I know
Shout
we
out
do. And you
to
know what?
Australia.
Coach and I will retire to come to Australia and New Zealand. We'll fly to New Zealand in the middle of the winter because it's summer there and
Right.
winter
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. We'll
So
do a
I'll
clinic for you
spend a
guys.
month
Absolutely.
basket.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my wife will go do
We'll
whatever.
tour. Yeah. Hey, we'll tour Australia.
Yes,
All our
and New
coaches down
Zealand.
there.
I
Yeah,
know.
New Zealand. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Um, so coach, referees.
Referees, yeah, we're talking about how do you approach referees the right way. Okay. And I think, we got to give some grace to the refs at every
Because
level.
there aren't enough anymore, people.
They're
There
not
really
enough, because we scared them all away. Uh, they're doing again, let's assume that they're a good ref, good person. You didn't make them mad, 2 weeks ago, and now they're back ref in your game, and you know they're kind of getting revenge. But for the most part, refing is hard. Period. Right? You don't see everything, and you can't see every angle. You make calls that you shouldn't, that weren't a foul, and call things that were fouls. So it goes both ways, and you just have to give them a little grace, in my opinion. And we've had refs on the show, right? Talking with,
that would be
so I have
good
a
to have
lot of
some youth.
respect for
It'd
them.
be good to have like a little panel of refs at some point and talk about youth sports. But um, first of all, they don't get paid very much.
No,
This isn't their job. They're not like,
right.
just
Professional refs.
refereeing.
Right. That's right.
And you know what? I had an AD say a long time ago that, there's no game if we don't have refs, Steve. Uh, which is
Yeah.
true. Like all the work I'm putting in 24/7, 365 days a
Yeah.
year, we don't have a game. Now, that might change with AI, but
Not for a long time.
long time. Little robots on the side calling fouls. But yeah, I mean, first of all, if you're under the age of 35, chill. That's one of the first thing I'm going to tell
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
you.
Yeah.
Because you're probably taking
It'll
it
be
way.
okay.
It will
Yeah.
be
It'll be,
okay, and
yeah.
it's not. You're not playing the NBA Finals. It's not the Little League World Series. But take it. It will be okay. Um, and when you're my age in the 50s, you'll realize that it's like, ooh, I got really like a little too worked up sometimes. mean, I broke a big toe in a game once. Because I turned around and kicked the bleachers. I was so mad. I wasn't at the refs. I was mad, just
Oh, you're
mad,
just mad?
and I was just
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah. So I think as you age, you tend
Yeah,
to
you
calm.
definitely mellow. Yeah.
Um,
You put things
Put
into
in perspective.
perspective.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have perspective on everything. But yeah, I think that's I again, they're trying, and the best thing you can do to an official is talk to them when they're really close to you. Like just whisper really quietly. Hey, what did you see there? Oh, why wasn't that a charge? That wasn't a charge. Why wasn't that a charge? And those kind of things, they might look at you like you're from Mars, but um, yeah. Anyway,
Well, and I think the best thing, shake their hand at the start of the game, ask their
well,
name,
that's a good
and
idea.
call them by name. So remember their name throughout the game. Steve, right? John,
Yes.
whatever his name is, right? And so hey,
Yep.
you can say, hey, what it that's what think about this, right? Everybody loves their name, and when they hear their name, right, they'll right, it breaks that wall down a little bit. So get their name, introduce yourself, and then call them by name if you need to speak with them.
Yeah, I agree. Um, Give a big shout out to Game Changer here real quick, and then I got a little tidbit to share with you, Coach.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, coaches go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. It's a free app you can download and help you manage your game.
Okay, so
gc.com forward
I'm
slash
gonna
coaching
share
youth
my I'm
hoops.
gonna for those of you that are watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
not for the podcasters, we will describe what's happening here. I'm gonna share something with you.
Okay.
This is my Christmas card.
Is this you breaking your toe? No,
No, isn't that funny? So it's me
no.
screaming at an official for those of you that are listening, and it says, wishing you
Oh,
peace, joy, and goodwill this holiday season. It says, sincerely, Coach Collins.
I remember I got that card and I was a laugh out loud when I got that. Oh, that is
It's
awesome.
like I haven't sent it out recently, but it might have to happen
Or
again
maybe I
soon.
saw the picture. So
Yeah.
no, I think you, I don't know. Anyway,
Anyway,
maybe sent that me. Yeah, so I think, again, approach. Okay, so let's
how
assume
you
they missed
talk
a
to
few
them
calls.
matters. Words matter.
Absolutely. Words matter. And what I always say is, yeah, if it's during the game, and I got a lot of things to say. As I got older, I talked less and less to the refs, other than what I just said. I introduce myself. I may ask a question here or there. The second approach I do is I approach it from, oh, educate me. So I can educate the players because they're confused, right? Um, okay, that's great. But then we all seen it, it's like blatant X, right? Whatever it is, a blatant charge that doesn't get called, right? Or a charge that's it's not a charge and you get called for a foul on it, right? So
Right.
there's going to be those situations, and it's how you approach it. Look for patterns, right, of things as well. And what I mean by that is, okay, are the patterns like, yeah, it does look a little lopsided, or they keep on picking on a particular person, or she's doing something. I would say picking, that's not the right word. She's, for example, the one call, they had a girl just kept on picked up her foot and
She was
then dropped the
she
ball.
was
So it was a
traveling or
travel.
something.
It
Yeah.
was a
Okay.
travel. And it was so subtle, but she probably was traveling. And I love those refs who come over and say, "Hey, coach, just an FYI, like this is what she's doing," or they'll give you a warning
Mhm.
before. But if again, if you handle it right, they'll give you those warnings ahead of time.
Right. They'll give you a little grace if you give
They'll
them
give
some
you a little
grace.
grace if you give them some grace, right? So kill them with kindness. And I think the biggest lesson is just, like you said, just chill. Just chill, right?
3 deep breaths, people. 3 deep breaths will help. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't yell, right? I mean, again, this is about how do you approach a ref, right? Don't yell. Just approach it from an education standpoint. Teach me so I can teach my players, right? Or my players are confused on X. And I always tend to ask them a question in the beginning, like, hey, can you remind me the rule on X? right? Because then that they get to become the authority, and right, and that's like when you ask people questions and your or their advice, or right, then that again that wall just breaks down because every ref, most refs, approach the game, I would imagine like, okay, let's see where this one goes with this
Right.
coach. If they haven't met you before, if they
Yeah,
met
and
you
the
before, then
and the
it's
thing is, let's not forget they're accountants, they're teachers, they're
that's right.
doctors, they're community members, they're not professional officials, first of all, and they're human. They're not
Yeah,
androids and they're not AI. And you won't get a call if you work them the whole game. I mean, the world of Bobby Knight is gone.
right. Yeah.
So it just doesn't work. It doesn't work in today's atmosphere. So it won't, don't think it will.
We had a coach the other day, or a tournament the other day, got delayed 20 minutes because the coach was so into the ref walked out.
It's like
It,
there's no game.
there's no game.
So who
Exactly. Right.
who are you
Yeah. 20 minutes
punishing?
they had to wait.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Um,
All right. In closing, coach.
yeah, coaches, just the best thing, again, the best thing you guys can do is just talk to the coach or talk to the ref, introduce yourself, shake their hand, uh, maybe ask a question, but just be polite. Like coach said, don't work them in the entire game. Approach it from an education standpoint as well, that you're learning and you want to learn something from them and teach your kids. But then those walls come down pretty quickly. Anything else to add on that?
Nope. And let's give a big shout. Practice planner. I love that thing we've kind of built with that AI. Shout that out one more time so they
Yeah,
can go look that up.
go to coachingyouthhoops.com and check out our new practice plan creator. Just click on the big green button that says create your practice plan, and you will be all set for the season. About 30 seconds, you'll walk out the door with a whole season of
It's a
practice plans.
little longer than 30 seconds. It's
Maybe a minute.
maybe a little longer, but it was good. It's 20 questions. It's really good.
Yeah.
We did it together kind of as an experiment. We were test driving it and it was great. Yeah, it was awesome. It kicked back what I thought it would kick back for me. So that means it's working.
Yeah, yeah,
It's working.
exactly. Yeah.
Powered by AI. All right. But next
All
week,
right.
coach.
Till next week.